All right, today we are going to do PR ideation and we're going to do it for the UK recruitment industry. So, this is an idea that I'm hoping could work for any recruitment company based in the UK. So, the process that we're going to go through is find high volume questions with potential newsification. And newsification can be tying the question up with a current event, answering the question for a specific group of people, such as location, an age group, or people working in a certain industry. So um, for recruitment, it could be people living in different cities, like which cities has the best jobs, which cities has the most jobs. What is the best jobs for graduates? What is the best jobs for second jobbers? What is the best jobs for people over 40? Or how to get a promotion working in a specific industry. And the third way that you can newsify something is to update or myth bust conventional wisdom. So the second thing that we do is you make sure that the question has an objective answer. 90% of keywords of questions typed into the internet don't really have an objective answer. They're just the objective answer is it depends. It depends does not work in this situation. You need like a proper answer. You need something very specific and very concrete to give to the journalist. So we want to pick a question that, as well as having high search volume, also has a proper answer. Then the third thing we want to do is we want to check what's ranking for the keywords and make sure we can create something better. So if the number one, or even if the first page of Google is all very authoritative sources with very concrete, definitive answers that are completely up to date, then there's no point in trying to give that answer to a journalist because the journalist can just Google whatever they want to Google and then cite that source rather than citing us. We need to provide something better than what's already out there to the journalist. And then, sorry, that should be R. And the final thing is we want to make sure that there are enough journalists interested in the keyword. And I do this by doing I call it the 5x2 test. So we want to find 5 highly relevant journalists in 2 minutes. And if you can't do that, then the prospecting, i.e., finding the journalists for the angle, is going to be very, very difficult. So that should be a warning sign that you shouldn't do it, right? So I start off just by putting, remember we're doing recruitment, so I start off by putting the broadest keyword I can think of to do with recruitment into Ahrefs Keyword Explorer, and that's job. And I've set it to UK. And then you want to look for something that makes sense for a recruiter to give an answer to and which has a decent amount of search volume. That's the first thing we're looking for, right? So I'm gonna job London, no. Job seekers allowance, not really relevant to recruiters. Indeed job search, no. Job centre near me, no. Well, maybe we could do like a map of job centres. Find your nearest job centre. And that's already, it's like a government thing as well. I'm going to put my postcode in. If it shows me my nearest job centre, then we can't really top that. So, no. Job in London, job site, no. Brand, no. No. John Lewis, Waitrose, job cuts, no. Rim job. Job simulator. What is job simulator? Is it a game? Oh, it's a game. Okay, no. Cover letter for job. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open ones that are interesting. How to get a job that's very broad. How to write a personal statement for a job. I'm not sure how I can Newsify that. What job should I have quiz? Signs you will get the job after interview. Okay, I think that could be a good one. Good luck in your new job. Job skills. Okay, I think that could be a good one. Holiday entitlement when leaving a job calculator. If something like that doesn't already exist, then that would be a potential good one. Annual leave calculator. These kind of already exist. Second job tax. It's not really, you can't really give it doesn't really make sense for a recruiter to be answering that type of question. It's more of like an accountancy type thing. How's job, civil service job, best job sites? Why do you want this job? That's I guess, how to answer that question. I'll put that open. Job agency, job centre number. What motivates you to do a good job? UK job market. How to find a job. 3 weaknesses. Job interview answers. Job offer letter. How to resign from a job. How to write a cover letter for a job. Dream job. Looking for a job. Website's a great job. How to turn down a job offer. Again, I'm not sure how we're going to newsify this. So I think anything with about above 200 search volume tends to be sort of good enough. Once I go through this, I'll go through questions to bring up more ideas. To claim job seekers allowance. Job application form. Should I quit my job? That's one. What is the highest paid job in the UK? I feel like that's one, because that's something that's sort of constantly changing. It also could vary from place to place. And it's also something that a recruiter could answer. I'm thinking this one could be a good one already. What is the highest paid job in the UK? But let's see what else we got. Income-based job seekers allowance. Interest has been slow. So let's just think about what we've got now. So you've got cover letter for a job. How to write a cover letter. So I'm thinking, how can you put like a new spin on this? So the first one I think of is, okay, so we've got keywords. How to write a cover letter. Now my first thought is, I think a lot of companies are using like AI software to do the first initial screening for CVs and cover letters. So we could do something like how to write a cover letter that passes AI testing. So that's like a newsification way of sort of newsifying it. Signs you will get the job after an interview. I don't think you can really answer this that objectively, so I'm going to actually cross that off my list. So this one is job skills. So it's 10 key job skills graduate recruiters look out for, 12 skills employers look for in candidates. Okay. So, in my opinion, this keyword, job skills, the intent behind it, so when people Google this, they want to see like what are the most important skills to have as a job. And the answers to these questions, I'm going to just open this one and this one. So they are just speculation. There's no like sort of data or anything behind it. It's just a guy giving his opinion. I think this will be the same thing. Again, it's just a guy giving his opinion. I think that if there's a way that we can answer this question objectively, so in a way that's based in like real figures, real stats, real data, rather than just speculation, then that alone might give you something that's worthy of pitching to journalists. So I'm gonna put my next keyword as job skills, and then the newsification is here are the most sought after skills based on the most sought after skills based on X number of job listings. So we go through, you know, let's say 10,000 job listings, and we just aggregate what are the skills that employers are looking for. And that's how we answer this question objectively. Now, whether that's newsworthy, I think we're going to have to put like a maybe another twist on it, but it's somewhere that we can start. So yeah, it might be the beginning of a good idea. So the third one, why do you want this job? Okay, so why do you want this job? So people Googling this want to know how to answer that question. Again, I'm not sure how like news how we can sort of newsify this. How to turn down a job offer. How to respectfully turn down a job offer. Again, I don't know how like news. I don't know if I don't think this is like newsification potential. Should I quit my job? Okay, so the fact that we've got newspapers, you've got the Guardian, we've got GQ. That's kind of a good sign because that means that it kind of is seen as news. The Great Hesitation, like what is that referring to? So this was published in September 2023. Right. So should I quit my job? I think again, if you can give journalists a way of writing about this job in a in a way that's sort of backed by data rather than like just speculation, which I think is what like already exists here. So we could analyze like how many job openings are there, how many sort of people are look out there, how many people are looking for jobs, give like a real data backed answer for this, then it could be a news story. So I'm going to add this to my list. So should I quit my job? I think the way that we can newsify it is by aiming it at a certain group of people. So we can either do it by area. So we could do the headline could be something like, "Should I quit my job?" Should I quit my job? Employment outlook for industry or for location. So we'll look at specific industries and specific locations, and we'll look at, is it worth quitting your job? Is it worth quitting your job? Depending on whether you work in that industry or depending on what location you live in, based on the opportunities, the other job opportunities that are out there, and the other, how many candidates are looking for jobs out there. Like what does the market look like? But again, we're doing it in like a more like objective way rather than just like here, which is just like speculation and fluff, really. What is the highest paid job in the UK? Okay. How well has this been answered? So pay scale. So it's based on pay scale. So all they've done is just made a list out of that. Again, I think that this is something that could be newsified quite easily. So I'm going to add to my list highest paying jobs. So the obvious one here is to go just by location. So you could do newsification. Here are the highest paying jobs in location. Newsification 2. Here are the highest paying jobs for new graduates. Here are the highest paying jobs where you don't need a degree. Here are the highest paying jobs with flexible hours. So we could do loads of different versions of this, and then depending on the journalist's audience, we pitch them different things. In general, if you can find something that splinters off like this, it's a really, really good thing, because it means that if one of the angles flops, then you've got the other one as a backup. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. So I quite like this. I quite like this one. Yeah. So let's go down here. Down the search volume. Again, remember, in my opinion, anything with search volume of over 200, usually that means that there's enough interest that if you can sort of make the article newsy, then you've got a chance. So we've got job opportunities near me. I quite like the idea of because this is a question that changes every week. So we could literally just every week we could just do here are the latest job opportunities in location, and just give it to the journalist, and they can publish it. And we could just update that every single week, and the journalist has a new news story every week, and we're getting placements every week. We'll have to see if there are journalists who are down for doing that, but if you do that, then that could be just like a never-ending well of publicity. What job is right for me? I quite like that. To make a CV for a job titles. What is a corporate job now? Job interview outfits. I quite like this idea, but how do you answer it objectively? Job seekers allowance pay. Administrative assistant job description. Good reasons for leaving a job. Job title meaning. Best excuse to quit a job without notice. Lost job offer due to bad reference. There's stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we could do something around, like, I know there's some laws around bad references, so maybe we could do a piece about that. Job evaluation. What is, I don't even know what that is. I'm just going to open that out of curiosity. How much tax you pay on a second job? Stuff like that is nice because it's got an objective answer, but again, like, you need to be an accountant to answer that. It's not really in the remit of a recruiter. But things like these with super objective answers, if you can find questions like that with very objective answers, and there aren't answers with that level of objectivity already online, then they are ideal for this type of thing. Bookkeeper job description, job market. Again, like, just updates on the job market. There could be just stuff like that. There could be just a journalist market for that. Job letter template. Why am I interested in this job sample answer? Job resignation letter. Okay, so this is the second round of sort of going through stuff and looking at it. So we've got job opportunities near me. So newsification, there's an obvious local play we could do here. So newsification. Here are the latest job opportunities in location. Newsification 2. Here are the latest industry job opportunities. And we could even be more specific than this. We could go like we could go like something like this. Here are the latest flexible hours jobs in location. Here are the latest jobs that pay over 60K in location. So, something like that sort of answers that intent, and it's sort of like newsy. If you look at local newspapers, they often publish stuff like this, and they might even have a journalist where their job is to keep abreast of these types of things. So we just need to get pally with them. Job opportunities near me. That's the same as the other one. What job is right for me? such a hard question to answer. I think I'm just not going to do that one. Best excuse to quit a job without notice. This is more of a legal question than a recruitment question, so I'm going to leave that one. Lost job offer due to bad reference. Lost job due to okay, so newsification. Can we newsify this? So there's not really like a local thing. We could maybe be like, here are jobs that don't require references. It's not the best thing. And the other one we could do is, here's how to make sure that I'm a recruiter. Here's how to brief your reference when applying for a job. Job evaluation. Yeah, this one I didn't really know what it meant. Job evaluations is that's like a business process. That's not really relevant. Job market. Again, this is very similar to like job opportunities near me, and also should I quit my job? Why am I interested in this job sample answer? Let's see what we've got ranking. These answers suck. Research the position, research the company, structure your answer. Yeah, I also just don't think we can really like newsify this question that easily. So I think I'm just going to sack this one off. Job resignation letter. Job. Okay. So it'll just be, the newsification will just be like quite a straightforward one. So it'll just be like, I'm a recruiter. Here's how to resign from a job on good terms. Again, it's a little bit weak, but yeah. I think out of these ones, we will find a good. I think we'll find something that works out of these ones. So, yeah, I'm willing to go to the next stage, which is like the qualification stage. So, what we do now is we just Google the question, and we just see is there a story here? That's sort of what we're looking for. Automation testers. Oh no, this is to become an automation tester. How to write a resume that passes the artificial intelligence test. Okay, so here we go. During this, a program can score a resume according to a candidate's fit for the job. The program does so largely by searching for keywords and linked phrases within the resume itself. So the natural next question here is like, here are the big keywords used. Like, what keywords do they use? It'll vary from industry to industry, but this is kind of a good thing because it means that we can actually sort of segment. We can create different angles based on different industries. So the next thing I'm going to Google is something like CV keywords for AI. What's this called? For AI job screening. Then we got how to get your resume past the artificial intelligence test. AI and resume screening, expectation versus reality. And I'm also going to open the news and see 5 hacks to enhance the CV for AI scanners. Okay. 5 tips for outsmarting AI. And these have all been published recently. This is a good sign. People are talking about this right now. And more importantly, they're not talking about it in like a very... They're saying that that people are using AI keyword tools. So tools that scan your CV for specific words, and that in the first stage of applying for a job, it's just based on like, if you have this word, then you get passed through to the next stage. So the next development of this story is telling people what keywords they need to put in their CV to pass this. That's what people ultimately want to know from this. So I'm going to put headline: I'm a recruiter. Here are the words to put in your CV to get past AI. And then we can segment by industry. I like this. Okay. So the next one is job skills. So we've got the most sought after skills based on X number of job listings. So I'm going to see if something like this has already been written. Investigates. For many years, a university degree was an indicator of talent. However, data would suggest that we're beginning to change. We've found 90% in those not advertising any requirements. For those that do, here there's a huge 104% increase in jobs advertised without the requirement of a bachelor's degree. So this is kind of LinkedIn's future of work. And I think that people skills, wave data. When they say wave data, where does this wave data come from? I found that 4 out of the 5 most in-demand skills are people skills. Wave. Right, so this is... So what I'm looking here is, like, does this have links to it? No. So where do I find wave data? So I'm going to Google that and just see, is this like a commonly cited statistic? Is that as wave themselves? No. Most sought after skills based on X number of job listings. I think even if we do like some sort of study into like job listings and the things people are looking for, it's just going to give us very predictable answers. So like people skills, communication skills, management skills, and it's not going to be very interesting. It's certainly not going to be as actionable as this, which is like, here's exactly what you need to put in your cover letter. So yeah, I like this idea more than that one. In fact, I actually like this idea so much just because it's so like actionable and useful to people to know this stuff that I'm going to do the and also it answers the largest volume keyword anyway, so that automatically sort of puts it in first place. So I'm going to actually do the 5 journalists and 2-minute test now. So what I'm going to do is how to write a CV. And what you want to do is you want to look for outlets that are not competitors of yours, so not other recruiters. And you're not looking for articles, you're looking for journalists. So it's not like here are 5 articles that are relevant to what we do. It's here are 5 journalists who at least semi-regularly write about the topic that we're pitching. So Cosmopolitan, that's a good start. Then you go Olivia Blair, Muckrack. Muckrack is just a database of journalists of journalists and the articles that they write. So so other than this, she hasn't really written anything else relevant. It's not like she writes about this topic regularly. So I would say that she's a no. Jennifer Savin. Maybe 5 journalists in 2 minutes was a bit optimistic. It's more like, is it easy to find journalists? Because remember, we're going to have to find like at the very least 50 journalists to make this work. So like, am I realistically going to find 50 relevant journalists in not ages? Okay, this one writes for like this person writes for like to me she just writes for a more like educated audience. So I think she is a relevant person. So I'm going to put 1, Jennifer Savin. The other one was more writing about like just random like celebrities and shit like that. So journalist 1. Oops. Jennifer Savin, journalist 2. I should have really linked her muckrack to that. So I'm gonna put it there. Journalist 2. Target jobs. They're too like competitive. They're too competitorish to us. This does not have an author. So it's a no. Food manufacturer. Study international. Study international staff. Is there a journalist at the bottom here? No. Chris Restful, contributor. Chris Restful, Mark Rack. Floyd, these 10 most. Yeah. Okay, this is exactly who we want. This is exactly who we want. So, Janice 2, Chris Westfall. Okay, so maybe 5 journalists. Sometimes you can get 5 journalists in 2 minutes, but as long as you can sort of get 5 relatively easily, and you just want to think, I can put together a list of 50 journalists in like a day. If it has that kind of vibe, then it's a workable idea. So Jem Collins, Save the Student. It's not a direct competitor of us. Crack. Journo Resources Journalist. Sun Pink News, Save the Students. Helping people in the UK. Secret ingredient for optimal health, kindness, says this. So she talks about like health and well-being. I think the fact that she has written about this and the fact that she writes, she just wants to help people. So I think that Journo Resources. So is Journo Resources for journalists? What is Journo Resources? It's advice for journalists. So what we can do is we could angle this towards journalists, and then she becomes one. So her name is Jem Collins. And I'm going to just put in brackets journalism angle. Journalist 3. No, we don't want that. Straits Times. I think this is American. Although CV is a British word. The Economist. So does this have an author? An author that we can see? Bollocks. So I'm going to Google The Economist. How to write the perfect CV. They're not giving us the. They haven't given us the author, which is a bit annoying. So you can't really get anyone there. PC guide. How to use it? Nah. Target jobs. Jake Butler. All things student finance. Yeah, they're mainly writing about like finance stuff, like how to save money as a student, so they're not really that relevant. Let's make a resume. So I'm just gonna put in just CV job. Here we go. Here's one. Lucy Marshall. It's a lifestyle writer. It's too good to go. I think, based on what she writes, I'm going to put in muck rack. But I think if you pitch this in the right way, she'll be someone who can do this. It's best to go. Good to go. I think if you just pitch your head down, being like, here are the words to put in your CV to beat AI, then I think they might be up for publishing this. I'm going to put journals for Lucy Marshall. Just 5. Oh, these are all the same. These are all the same. This is a story that's sort of gone viral. This is the same one that what's her name, Lucy Marshall did. She looks into pillars and it. So she takes her into her hands. She redesigned her CV. Just looked about like that. That is quite clever. Okay, but I think everyone who covered this, I think, will potentially cover. Yeah, will potentially cover this because, like, lifestyle writers, they just want to publish stuff that makes their readers' life easier, and this is something that will. So I'm going to go for Gregory Robinson. So. Is that the same person as this person? Looks like it might be. Yeah, it is. So yeah. So this one passes it, but there's not. Oh, whoops. Do that again. So this one is maybe there isn't as much demand as I thought there was going to be. I'm going to be honest. And I think that maybe job opportunities near me is better. What I wanted to just look at is just see if there are journalists publishing job opportunities and what these articles look like. So job opportunities. Is this something that's in the news? Yeah, there is. And so yeah, like it's like based on Yeah, so we've got 3 immediately. But then you're looking at, like, what was this? Okay, I'll ignore that one. Does the journalist, like, link to... Does the journalist link to... will a journalist, like, realistically link to a recruitment agency, or just take this from a recruitment agency? All listings can be found on Indeed, so they've sort of done the work themselves. Let's look at this one. City Centre, Meadow Hill, hospitality. Switch. So here's another one. Find out more about the role. So these are just Charnwood. So these are just available across Leicester Council. Are these all linking to the same thing? Now, I'm not sure about this. I think that this first idea about writing a CV and a cover letter that passes AI testing seems to be the best one. Just because we can offer, like, a very concrete answer, and there does appear to be some interest in it. So the next thing to do is to put together our media list for it, and that's what I'm going to do next.